All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again, Thursday night, MWR Financial University. This is going to be a special one tonight. Simplify to multiply. This is our advanced training. Simplify to multiply. Think about it, guys. We've got something here and we've got to master it, but we've got two experts tonight that's going to help us understand how to put this together and how to make it work for you right now so that you can grow your MWR financial business. It is an exciting time, no question about it. I'm glad to be here with you tonight. But listen, my job is to bring on our speakers. But in the meantime, let's see who's out there, who's joining us from what part of the country. Let's load this thing up tonight. We should have a packed house because this information you're going to receive tonight is going to help you take your business to a whole new level. Once again, simplify to multiply. This is our advanced training. So guys, get ready. This is Thursday night, MWR Financial University. Hey, Mr. Bell out of Chicago, welcome to the platform, sir. Who else is there? All right, Miss Robbie. All right, Simpson, California, welcome to the platform. Daryl Banks, Raleigh, North Carolina, welcome to the platform, sir. Randy Christensen, my good friend from Greeley, Colorado, welcome to the platform. Diana Pena, always here from Texas, welcome to the platform. We got Raleigh again. Rhonda, welcome to the platform. There's my good friend, Mr. Samuel, welcome to the platform, sir. We've got Tallahassee in the house tonight. Who else is there? Fayetteville, North Carolina, Miss McCoy, welcome to the platform. Daniel Sanchez, way to go. Florida, welcome to the platform. Vincent Johnson, way to go. South Carolina, welcome to the platform. Guys, who else is out there? Let's get a few more in. We've got Preston from Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to the platform. Again, Miss Garner from Sumter, South Carolina. Welcome to the platform. Guys, let's keep it going. Miss Patterson, Fayetteville, Georgia. Welcome to the platform. Fernando Ramirez, my good friend out of Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the platform. Covell out of Hinesville, Georgia, welcome to the platform. There he is, Trevor Thompson, Coach T, Conyers, Georgia, welcome to the platform. Idaho in the house, welcome to the platform, Miss Walker. Guys, who else is out there? Let's load up. We've got another minute or so left before we bring on our speakers tonight, but this is going to be pretty exciting. I'm strongly suggesting that you grab a pencil or paper. You're going to want to take some notes. This is going to be outlined for you. It's going to be laid out the way to succeed with your MWR Financial, with our new messaging, the 72-hour money challenge. Guys, it is now our time to win. Miss Turner, welcome to the platform. Always good to see you. Marilyn, welcome to the platform. Who else is out there? All right, Miss Turner, again, out of Virginia, welcome to the platform. We've got North Carolina. Miss Saunders, welcome to the platform. My good friend Alicia out of New Jersey, welcome to the platform. Let's get a few more in, guys. Orlando, Florida, represented tonight. We're going to see if we can cover 50 states. My good friend Richard out of Georgia. See you soon, sir. Brian Woods, Hinesville, Georgia, welcome to the platform. Guys, let's keep it coming. Give me a few more. Puerto Rico, Hector, welcome to the platform, sir. All right, guys, who else is out there? Larry out of Maryland, welcome to the platform, sir. Who else is out there? Give me one or two more. We're going to transition over. Won't be before you long tonight, but want to provide you with some very impactful information that's going to really help you understand how to move your business forward. My good friend Chuck Hart in Atlanta, welcome to the platform. Miss Hart out of Tampa, Florida, welcome to the platform. South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, welcome to the platform. All right, good friend Ronnie Harris, North Carolina, welcome to the platform, sir. Queens, New York, Miss Bartley, welcome to the platform. Always a pleasure to see you. Well, guys, let's go and get started. My job is to bring on our first, actually two speakers tonight. And listen, you want to get to the meat of this thing. You want to really understand how it works. Let's go back to where it originated, those who helped put it all together. And that's what we're going to see and hear tonight. So once again, grab a pencil or paper. I mean, you're going to want to take some copious notes, but you want to pay close attention to these instructions given to you tonight to help you understand how to master the new messaging and the new platform that's been created for MWR Financial to benefit me, you, and tens of thousands of people across this country in a major way. So without further ado, let me bring our first guest to the platform. He's no stranger. You guys know him well. I mean, he's been an integral part of MWR Financial since day one. He was a former president of leadership and field development, but has recently been promoted. He is now our managing partner. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome to the platform, Mr. Andamo Tolson.
Hey, Gerald, how are you, my friend?
If it gets any better, my friend, I won't be able to stand it. Listen, I understand you've got some help tonight, and you've got another guest that we're going to be bringing on here in just a minute.
We do, Gerald. In fact, let's bring him on now. And in fact, Gerald, because you know this gentleman, you've known him for quite some time, why don't you bring him up as well?
Oh, absolutely. It would be an honor. And as you said, I have known him for quite some time. You know, I tell people that I learned this business of network marketing from you, from Brian House, and from this next gentleman that we're going to see here in just a few minutes. I mean, it's just been incredible, the run that we had, the experience that I gained, the success I had. But I credit you guys for doing that. You were so willing to pour so much into me. So any success that I've experienced in this industry, I give you guys all the credit. So one of those gentlemen that you're going to hear from tonight, along with Andamo Tolson, is none other than our newly appointed president of MWR Financial, Mr. William Andreoli.
Hey, Andamo. Hey, Gerald.
Yes, sir, my friend. It's good to see you.
You too. Looking forward to it.
Outstanding. Well, Gerald, thank you so much as always. You're consistently you've made a difference in MWR in a massive way. I know you're seeing exactly what's going on, and you've really bought into the 72-hour challenge to make sure you simplify to multiply. So what we're going to do, and we're going to be able to fill Bill and I tonight, is like, we got people too, because we're going to call on you to come back and kind of put you to the fire a little bit, if that's okay.
You got it, my friend.
All right, Gerald. Great. Thanks so much. Well, Bill, I'm so glad to have you here. I'm super excited about tonight because we have so many people. We've seen them go out there and they're putting out the 72-hour challenge. They're talking about it. We're seeing it more than we have never seen it. Now we're seeing it. And it's exciting, but I'm noticing two things, Bill. I see people doing the 72-hour money challenge and kind of sticking to a very simple script that gives it just says this how much they put back in my pocket, that's it, and they're exploding. And then I see people who have they've been around MWR a long time, they have great testimonials, and they've taken those testimonials, and what they do is they still tell their whole testimonial, break down how it all happened, and all they've done is thrown the 72-hour money challenge in front of it, and they're not moving quite as quickly. So what we wanted to do here tonight, Bill, was to give people some of the words to use, knowing that their words, they're going to become their own. But right now, use our words to be your words until they become your own and they take your own meaning, because what we've found is that it's simplified. And Bill, you know this very well because you came to a company, just to tell a little history of how we got here to the 72-hour money challenge. You came to a company or saw a company that was doing a 1.5 million a month, and they had a lot of things going on, a lot of good things, but it was a lot. I think you said 10,000 SKUs, and you looked at the company, and they had been doing that $1.5 million for about 12 years. So they were solid, but they weren't growing the way that they could have. You saw a simple way that you could take 3 things out of the 10,000, focus on the 3, and then everyone will still want to do some of the 10,000 as well. But then the company took off, and I think it went from 1.5 million, if I'm not mistaken, to $15 million a month in a very short period of time. And you called it the 90-day challenge for life, or the 90-day for life. And so you gave it a something people could focus on. They knew what to do. Everyone started speaking that simply, and it exploded. Bill, can you just kind of touch on that a little bit so everyone understands why we're here, why we're doing the 72-hour money challenge? And because you saw from your fresh approach, where Brian and I, we've been in it, we've been so long, we've been sharing and teaching and educating, and you said, wait a minute, you can do this better than that.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about the 72-hour money challenge. I'm seeing the same things as you and Dama. We're seeing people that are going pretty much by the script, and they're plugging people in, and we're seeing the growth is up right now. Growth is up when it comes to QMDs, and growth is up when it comes to customers. Lots of customers coming in right now, and guys, customers are a good thing if you understand, the regulations and stuff within our industry. So I'm excited about that. I've also watched some presentations, and I've seen some, I'm not going to name any names, and I don't know everyone here yet, but I've seen some people that have presented, and 22 minutes later, they're done. They went through the presentation, they used the PowerPoint, and they went with the new marketing initiative, obviously with 72-hour money challenge being the foundation of that. Then I've seen other people present where it's kind of like they took the 72-hour money challenge and they added it to their existing presentation. So that didn't simplify it, and that didn't shorten it. It elongated it. It made it a longer presentation. And now they're going for over an hour through a presentation. And when they speak on the 72-hour money challenge, I believe people listen and go, man, they're going to put more money in my pockets. I got experts going to do the work for me. I get it. I'm in. But even myself, I watched some presentations this week. And when they got to the next level strategy slide and they started going into detail on all the next level strategies from land banking to precious metals to diversified, and they started going into what those were and stories about that and everything else, me watching it like I am new, like I'm a new candidate, that's when I put my hands up and said, I can't do this. It's too much. Because I knew watching that I needed those guys or those girls to do the presentations, because I don't want to open my mouth and try to share this information with people because they might ask questions and I don't know everything about a diversified cash account or precious metals or whatever. So it's not that we don't love our next level strategies. We love them. Right. We just don't think it's the right thing to start from the first sitting. You're never going to get everyone to understand everything that we have to offer. So my question to everyone that's still doing that is, why are you working so hard? If you know deep down in your soul that there's no way you're ever going to get anyone to understand everything that we have to offer, then why are you trying so hard to do something you know that will never happen? And so anyway, that's what I've been seeing. So to your comment, 10,000 SKUs in a company, we come in just like coming into here. They had been around for 14 years at the time. They'd hit their wall, doing fine, just not doing as well as they should have. And we took those 10,000 SKUs, focused on 3 that became foundational. And this is where everyone started. And guys, it was a health and wellness company. And I'd get on stage and say, I don't care if you're sick or you're healthy. I don't care if you're young or you're old. I don't care if you have hair or you're bald. None of it matters. Everyone starts with 90 for life. And when everyone knew where everyone started, and when the whole company sang from the same hymn book, that company exploded. I'm talking $1 million over this month, over that month, over that month. Not only were we growing like a weed, when it came to the growth of the company, you watched leaders that were making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month when we started, condensing everything and simplifying the multiply, right? And then you watched them 2-3 years later, those same people that were making 3, 4, 5 were now making 60, 70, 90, 100, $200,000 a month. We made a lot of friends in that company. When you help a lot of people make a lot of money, it's amazing how many friends you can make. But all we did was simplify to multiply what we were doing. And all the leaders locked arms. And no matter where you looked, whether you were looking at a PowerPoint, a video, a stage presentation, whatever it was, it said the same thing everywhere. And all of us were saying the same thing. And when you can get everyone, corporate and the entire field of leadership, when you can get everyone singing from the same hymn book and saying the same thing, you can duplicate. I'll tell everyone right now, the hardest thing to duplicate is a moving target. So if it's changing, it's changing, it's changing, it's changing. See, we all think that when we present, especially as trainers, we think, well, I got to bring something new. No. You don't have to bring anything new. You have to bring new people to hear the message. If you're bored with the messaging, it isn't because the message is boring. It's because you don't have new people around you to hear the new messaging. Because we want the new person who's hearing the message. Andamo, I want that new person to hear the same message that Andamo heard 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago. I want that new person within a week of being involved in the business. I want them to feel as though they know as much as Andamo Tolson and they're ready to explode. I want everyone, I believe everyone needs to have an MWR membership. But guys, we're not going to get everyone if we want to go out there and show everyone how smart we are. I said it on Saturday. I've been very fortunate. I've made lots of money. I've had millions of dollars in myself. And these legacy services with my company all the way back in 2003. And even myself, when I saw MWR previous to Saturday, when I first looked at it a few months ago, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, because it seemed like so much. It seemed like so much education. Like I had to go back to school, like hard work. And guys, if you present to networkers something that they think is hard, they'll go look elsewhere for something that's simple. And really, we do have something that we can change hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people's lives. Everyone needs what we have. Let's not blow them out of the water and scare them away. Let's simplify to multiply, and let's change people's lives.
Absolutely. Well, Bill, with that being said, what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to talk about certain parts of scripting. And again, I tell people all the time that scripts, because some people are scripts, you got to say it this way and that way. We know you're going to have your own style, but I will tell you this. I learned that scripts work. Being here in Southern California, right near Hollywood, man, Denzel, Tom Cruise, you name it. They get paid multiple millions of dollars per script to master that script and do that. So they absolutely work. But what we want to do is I'm going to talk to you about a couple little parts of the script, then we're going to stop. And we're going to say, and I'm going to ask you, Bill, why are we doing this? So everyone can truly get a good understanding on why and how to move their business forward. So when they leave tonight's training, they're ready they understand, I'm absolutely going to simplify and multiply. We want them going to sleep with simplify to multiply, 72-hour money challenge. People, I got people for that. They do the work. My people get the results and I get paid. That's all they're going to be dreaming about all night. So we'll start off with this. I'm going to pull up a PowerPoint presentation here. Give me just one moment as I do that. Oops, there we go. Oops, nope, not quite. There it is. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull that up. And I know Martina will make this all happen. Here's the 72-hour money challenge. This is the fast start training, but you're also going to find that this training is also going to give you absolute direction. So again, this is where our experts do the work. You get the results and get paid daily. This is all about simplify to multiply. We're going to keep telling you that over and over and over again. So now you're going to see this is building your MWR business as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just that simple. 1, you take the challenge. 2, you share the challenge. 3, you promote the challenge. And then 4, you teach and repeat. It is that simple. That's all that MWR is. Now, let's talk about what it takes to take the challenge. Here is, it's really simple. We're providing you with a new team of experts we're providing you with a team of experts, but all your new people are going to do, the candidates that come on and say, I'm taking the challenge. They're just going to provide those new experts with some basic information. The experts will do the work. Okay. They'll get, and this is a 72-hour challenge. They'll get the results now. And as well as later, they'll continue to get results, because just like any other wealthy person, any other celebrity as you can think of out there, they have people, but not for just when they first became successful. They have them for ongoing so they can continue to have success. Okay, so then let's talk about the challenge itself. How do you share the challenge? Experts do the work. You get paid daily. So if you want to get paid anywhere from $5 to $15,000 per day and have really that $100, that $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $1,000, $1,500 become reality for you, you want to get and have this happen over and over and over. You want to make it very simple by using phrases that pay. It's real simple. There's only 2. Have you heard about the 72-hour challenge? Or have you taken the 72-hour money challenge yet? So have you heard about the 72-hour money challenge, or have you taken the 72-hour money challenge yet? I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but Bill, why do you think we just cut it down to just that simple?
It's like you said, it's pretty self-explanatory, maybe not to everyone. So let's just make sure everyone understands the reason why you have these phrases that pay. These are elevator pitches. These are to get people's curiosity. Have you heard about the 72-hour money challenge? The reason why it's a great question to ask is because they haven't. 99% of the people out there have never heard of the 72-hour money challenge. So yeah, you want to ask a question like that because it's intriguing. It sounds exciting. It doesn't sound difficult. Have you heard about the 72-hour money challenge? They're going to say, no. What is it? Have you taken the 72-hour money challenge? Of course, they're going to say, no. What is it? So you're trying to get in a position where they're asking for more information so you can share. Hey, what is it? Glad you asked. And then you can take the next step. So that is a much easier way than find yourself in an elevator or trying to talk to someone in the store, or even calling a relative or a friend and just throwing up all kinds of information at them. You're just trying to get them some information. And in Andamo, I think these phrases that pay, I think they are nice and simple. And again, our goal here is not just to find the 1%ers that want to do this with us. We want everyone to do this, and we want everyone to have a chance to win. So we want to put the odds in the favor for people to win by simplifying the messaging.
Absolutely, Bill. 100% right. I couldn't say it any better. So very, very simple. That is the question, because we always want them asking us questions. Why? So when we keep it simple and they ask why, here's your response. I've partnered with a company that provides you with a team of experts who turn your expenses back into income for you. They put $2,215.29 back in my pocket every month with no risk because they guarantee it. Now, Bill, before I ask the closing question, why do you think it's important just to even talk about turning expenses back into income for you? What is that commonality that most people have that will cause them to lean in when you make a statement like that?
Okay, so I got a couple comments to that.
Sure.
One, and they kind of coexist, these two comments, they're congruent, because one, everyone has expenses. Doesn't matter whether you have $2 or $2 million in your pocket, everyone has expenses. So whether someone is living paycheck to paycheck or whether someone is wealthy, who wouldn't want to turn their expenses back into income? That's number one. Number two, in the same vein, you don't want to have your presentation sound like you're only looking for poor people. You're only looking for people who are struggling. Because you know what? There's a giant demographic of people out there that would never admit that they're hurting in any way. They'll look good. They'll smell good, but they can be absolutely broke. And here you are, you have the answer to their prayers. You have the answer to what they're looking for. But because you keep on talking about poor people and poverty and all these people struggling, and that's what you're concentrating on, there's a whole, like I said, demographic of folks that will never join you because they think they have to admit to struggling in order to plug in with you. And again, guys, we're not looking for a percentage of the population. We want everyone that wants to turn their expenses back in income, everyone that wants to put more money in their pocket. We want them here at MWR.
Absolutely, Bill. Love it. So you now understand. In fact, if you get that and you understand that everyone has expenses and we turn it back into income for you, just put one in the chat so we know that you like this simplicity, because this is the response. So if you now, when you get this PowerPoint, which is going to be in the back office by this weekend, and you get this PowerPoint, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to take the first part, master it. Just master it. Say it 5 times. In fact, you say it 3 times, you got it. You know, hey, have you ever heard of the 72-hour money challenge, or have you taken the 72-hour money challenge yet? That is it. That you'll have that.
And Dharma, before you go to that third bullet, what I'd say about I don't remember the number. I remember you said 2,200, and I remember the 29 cents. I don't remember the rest of it.
Right.
But they put $2,200 and change back in my pocket every month with no risk because they guarantee it. So why are we saying it that way versus maybe the way that people have been saying it, right? And Dharma, over the last 5 or 6 years, where you're like, well, they put this much with my taxes, and they put this much with my bills, and they put this much with my debts, and they put this. Again, what's happening now? You're confusing them. When you confuse someone, you lose someone, right? You're opening up for them to ask you all these other questions. If you just say they put $2,200 back in my pocket, guys, if you can't get someone excited about putting $2,200 back in your pocket, you don't want them anyway.
Right. Run. No, but 100%, Bill, because that's critically important. And I'm glad you stopped there and brought that up, because that is something that I want to just stop for a moment and really, really focus on that, because we have some people. I've seen some testimonials. I know Brian has sent me some from Facebook and some of the social media things, and we've seen some people that have great testimonials. I mean, the things that MWR has done for some people has been absolutely extraordinary, and they're telling you all of that, and all they did was put 72-hour money challenge in the front, and they say 72-hour money challenge at the end, but they're telling you all of these things. And I even found myself, now that I understand the simplicity and the power of the simplicity, that as I'm listening to them tell their story, and I even know their story, some of them, I'm watching how my mind starts to drift a little bit. Like I was really engaged when they said, you know, they talk about the 72-hour money challenge. I lean in because I was like, I've never heard that. What is it? And then they start telling me about their results. That first result, okay, I'm leaned in, but then it starts to go into other things, and they're mentioning terms that I've never heard before or I would normally not use. And in terms of, you know, even if all they're doing is saying, you know, reduce my taxes, I don't say that. And so it's getting me kind of like, okay, what? And I'm trying to think now instead of dreaming, because when you say, hey, we're going to turn your expenses back into income for you, when you say the 72-hour money challenge and they put this money back into my account every month, right now I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming of what it could be. But as soon as you start telling me about, and you're mentioning terms, oh, we improved my credit, and it lowered my bills, and then I was able to get a diversified cash flow account, and I was able to get a private reserve. Now you got me thinking. I'm no longer dreaming, and I'm just trying to go, okay, now that I'm thinking, a lot of this thinking seems kind of hard for me. Also, or I'm thinking, and it's kind of all this stuff. I don't know if I have time to do this, or wow, they seem so smart. I don't think I would ever be able to say all of this. So although you had me at hello, you kept talking more than hello, and now you don't have me anymore. So it's almost like, you know, don't say yak, 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 yak when yak will do. That's where we want to go with this. So it's important, again, I got to stop here for a moment. Right now, you want to take all the results that you have had, and we have so many testimonials in MWR. So you want to now do something different than you've done before. You want to take all the results that you've had, and whatever that's put back into your account on a monthly basis, you want to add all of that together and say what that is. And here's what I'll recommend. Make sure you say it to the penny. The reason why, because I've learned that when people say just round numbers, then they think you're just making up a number. But when you say it to the penny, that sounds like, okay, this really happened for you. So, and then here's one thing I want to tell you, and we're going to go to it a little bit later so you can see this, but I want you to understand, we're going to show you one number that a lot of you tend to overlook and we have never really put into our testimonials before. And so I want to make sure you're doing it now. And that is from the Eliminate My Debts. When you go in and you put all your debts in, and then now you all of a sudden, as soon as you put them in, you're going to see how much your total amount of money that you're paying towards those debts. And then now under the Eliminate My Debts, you're going to see where we have that total for you, where it's easy to see. But and even in the 72-hour money challenge, it's right there as well. So you're going to take that dollar amount and make sure you're adding that to all the other things you've done. So before, we've talked about instant pay raise, lower my bills, and we've added, you can add those together, but you might not have added, oh, I'm spending $1,547.39 towards my debt, because that money on your debt-free date, that money will be put back into your pocket from MWR. So MWR took you off your creditor's plan, put you on the MWR plan, and then now that money is going to be put back into your pocket. So that's what MWR is putting into your pockets. Okay? So put a number 2 in the chat if that makes sense and you understand where I'm coming from, that we now know we're going to add that number. We're going to put the total numbers into the chat, into our one number, and that's the number we're going to tell people about. That's the monthly amount that we're going to tell people we put back in our pockets every month. Put 2 in the chat so I know you have it. All right. So I'm going to do this again at the top. I'm going to say, you know what? So your response to someone that says, well, what's the 72-hour money challenge? It's I partner with a company that provides you a team of experts who will turn your expenses back into income for you. They put $2,746.91 back in my pocket every month, and with no risk, because they guarantee it. Then the final question is, would you like me to have them put money back into your pocket too? So that's that closing question to see if they're ready to make a decision. Now, you might see this, and Bill, you can tell me in what you've seen over time. I know if I ask this question to 10 people to 100 people, maybe 2 or 3 will say, I'm ready to go right now. After that, most people are going to say they need some more information. What do you find in that closing statement, Bill, mentioning it at this point?
I agree with you. There's going to be some people that are going to be ready right away, mostly because of you. I mean, people just as much as they're judging, let's say, the program of MWR, they're also judging you and their relationship with you. So if it's someone that's really close to you, I mean, the one thing I would say, these scripts are great, and this is a great starting point for everyone. You never want to elaborate probably more than what these scripts even are showing you here on the screen, but you do want to bring some of your own flavor because, you know, Andamo and I, we speak a little bit different. Brian and I, Gerald and I, you know, whatever, all of us have our own flavor. We have our own personality. So you can add your personality to it. But I believe if you just told someone that you're putting $2,700.97 back in your pocket, I think that's intriguing enough that you're going to get one of two, like Andamo just said. You're either going to get someone because they already know you, they already trust you, and if you're telling them that you put that kind of money back in their pocket, they're going to say, hey, I want to do it too, plug me in. And then you're going to have other people that are going to say, hey, man, it sounds great, I just need a little bit more information. And either one of those responses are perfect.
Absolutely.
You haven't blown them out of the water, and you can still get them in. And everyone else has to remember too, when you present, I'm just trying to give all the reasons why we're simplifying, because there might be some people that have been here for 5 weeks to 5 years saying, I don't understand why we're doing this. We're doing this because people are asking themselves at least a couple questions when you are pitching a candidate, when you're sharing with them, when you're asking them and you're going through the script, they're thinking to themselves, one, can I do this? So if you're out there being so smart and using all the biggest words and trying to sound like a professor, they're going, well, no wonder Andamo does so well. He's so smart. I'm not as smart as him. I don't think I can do it. The second question they might ask is, do I want to do it? Even if they think they can do what you just did, they're saying, but is that what I want to do? Do I want to get on hour plus presentations every time? Do I want to hear someone going into deep detail on every single service that this company has every time I go to a presentation? The answer for me is no. I'd see the presentation once and say, well, I'm not going to watch that again because it was too long. It was too boring. It scared me. It made me think I wasn't smart enough to do it. That's not empowering to me. We want to ask them the right questions, and we want them, while they're listening to us, we want them saying to themselves, Andamo's making money here. He's super successful. Nothing he just did was difficult. I can do it too. Yes, I want more information. And that's when, like Andamo was speaking on, that's when people lean in. But if you just keep on talking and you're trying to be so smart, guess what? They're backing up and they can't wait to tell you, yeah, I don't think it's for me.
There you go. Don't say yak, 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 yak when yak will do. All right. So here we're going to go on to the next slide here. Okay. So here, now they say, I need more information. This is someone which most people are going to say they're going to want some more information. So then it's real simple. Now we're going to lean on the tools. And I'm going to have Bill tell you why we're going to lean on the tools in just a moment. But let me talk about the tools. The 72-hour money challenge video. It's only 1 minute and 36 seconds. Other testimonials that are done with the 72-hour money challenge in mind, where they're just giving you that big number, making it simple. The website itself, and along with, and we'll show you the guarantee in just a moment, but you can also include the guarantee so they understand what the guarantee is. So, Bill, why do you think people should use tools as opposed to them trying to explain this all?
Because, one, tools are available 24/7 to you. So whenever someone says, hey, I'd like more information, you're not trying to schedule something with your upline, get a presentation. The tools are all there. It could be 3:00 in the morning. And even if you text it to them at 3:00 in the afternoon, the first time they had a chance to look at it at 3:00 in the morning, they're not going to call you at 3:00 in the morning, but they can press play. So you got the minute 36 72-hour money challenge video. Okay, it's on Vimeo. It's on the front page of your homepage of your website. Also, you've got the presentation. So the video presentation, like I said, I've been watching some people present. But that video presentation, if you don't feel comfortable just yet, and it's a Wednesday night and one of your uplines isn't doing a presentation, doesn't mean you have to go, well, forget about it. I got to wait till tomorrow to show Andamo. No, Andamo's interested now. I want to get this information in front of Andamo now. So guys, in your back office, you'll see the video presentation. And guys, pressing play is really easy. You know why? Because everyone can do it. Again, if you want to empower people, give them ways to do this business they can do. Everyone can press play. And when they press play, guess what? The presentation will never screw up. The presentation will never go more than the 10-minute presentation because no one's going to ad lib. It's going to be a 10-minute presentation. It's said the same way every single time, and it's available to you 24/7. Systems work, guys. As much automation. I mean, look at our back office. Look at all the substance we have with our membership. We have the systems. We have the automation. Well, the same thing here with the tools. Everywhere you look, the tools are going to say the same thing. And for you to try to do this all on your own, you're just making it that much more difficult for yourself to present. This business doesn't have to be as hard as so many people make it because they want to be the smartest person in the room, and they want to prove that they can do it on their own. Guys, that's not what duplication is about. You have a team. You're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. Use the tools. And the word that I love in the English language the most is the word leverage. So whether you're leveraging your uplines or whether you're leveraging these tools, leverage everything that's available to you. Again, because our job here at corporate is to put the odds in the favor for you to win. The way that we're going to do that is to continue to strengthen and support the 72-hour money challenge. And again, put the odds in the favor for you and for your entire team to win.
Absolutely, Bill. I love it. Leverage is also my favorite word. In fact, put in the chat, leverage. I just want you to put in the chat. And when you type it in, then I want you to say it to yourself. Leverage, and look how good it makes you feel. I love it. Okay, then what we're going to do, once we give them this information, we're going to call them back in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and it doesn't take long to look at these things, and you just call them back and you follow up with them. Now, in some cases, they're going to be a little later, and as Bill said, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning, but you just want to make sure if they don't call you, you call them. So you want to follow back up with them shortly, because the fortune's in the follow-up. That's never, ever changed. The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? Now, let's talk about what the actual money-back guarantee is. And let's go over the challenge, the 72-hour money challenge, so you understand the challenge is for someone, because remember, a challenge is always you have to do something. So the challenge is for that new candidate to upload all their information, the things that the experts need. There's those simple little things the experts need. They need to give that to them in the first 72 hours. That's what their challenge is. MWR's part of the challenge is that we're going to show you that we're going to the kind of money, and not show you, but we're going to put back into your pocket the kind of money you need that we said we would do. But now keep in mind, they won't always get it all in 72 hours. So I want everyone to understand that, because we've had some people say you're going to get all your, you're going to see all the money you're going to get back in 72 hours. Think about it. The debt elimination, that's immediate results. As soon as they upload their debts, they will immediately know their debt-free date, their millionaire date, how much interest they saved, how much time in terms of years that they've saved, and then how much money that they're spending towards their debt that's going to be put back into their pockets on their debt-free date. So they'll see all of that immediately. If they were doing when they do the part about reduce my taxes, if there's a W-2 employee, they will see within 24 hours, they'll know how much is going to come back on their paycheck. But it may take a week or two, depending on when they get paid, before they actually see that money actually happen. When they go to lower their bills, the bill negotiators take a few days to negotiate and get that lower bill. So that might take you a week before you know how much you're going to actually save there. And then when you do the other part of lower my bills, where you're looking at the oh my goodness, just had one of those mental days. The health share, the MWR health share, you're going to see pretty quickly how much, just in the estimate of what you're going to save. And then when you actually apply and go through the application process, which is so simple, you will then know exactly what it will be. But you'll get that information, but it'll take, maybe a couple of days for some things, a week for another. So here is why it's important to know that the challenge primarily for the person, if I'm talking to someone, is for them to upload their information in their first 72 hours. So the experts can go to work for you and here's why that's important, because here is the guarantee. If our experts cannot put more of your hard-earned money back into your pockets than what our membership costs within the first 30 days, see, there's the guarantee, within the first 30 days, then MWR will give you a full refund. So that is the guarantee. Obviously, there's no risk to you, and the only way that you can lose is by simply choosing not to participate. So that page is available to you. You have access to it. You can show it to people. Bill, do you have any comments on this?
I'm writing in my notebook and everything else. I have so many comments. I'm trying to hold some of them and pick some of the ones I think people need to hear. I mean, again, where else can you go where someone else is going to do all the work and you're going to get paid daily, right? And then here you are with a company of like 70% retention, which means everyone sticks. Why they stick? And this was doing it the hard way. Everything that you guys have done is doing it the harder way than today. And, you know, if you can get 70% of the people to stick, then guys, all we need to do is get the masses, okay, plugged into this. And why would someone not plug into something where we're either going to put more money in their pockets in the cost of the membership, or we're going to say, here's your money back? I mean, there's no risk. And again, for a company that will put this kind of money back in your pocket, and a company that will take care of you A to Z in the 72-hour money challenge, they can plug in with no risk. We either put more money in their pocket, like the 800, the 1,000, the 2,000, the 2,700, all the different numbers we've been speaking of tonight, or we're going to say to that 0.001% of the people, I don't even know who they would be, those folks, we would give them their money back. But that's why we're willing to give a full refund, because we know we're not going to give out full refunds, because we understand the substance, you know, and the power that's in these services and in this program. So, yeah, I mean, I love it. And Donald, I would love if I can speak for myself too. I keep it really, really simple. Really, really simple. And I know that you spoke to a whale today. And guys, if you don't know what a whale is, or a heavy hitter, and all the other terms, it's just someone who's built large organizations and probably has helped a lot of people. And I can tell you, whether it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. I've been speaking to some whales myself, and I don't have any different conversation than we're talking tonight. And when people say, how does it work? I don't stop throwing up everything. And of course I could. I know how to throw up on people, but I don't. I keep it real simple. I mean, when I explain to people how this works, I'm like, oh, with the membership, the experts do the work. They put more money in your pocket, you get the results. That's it. I said, when it comes to the opportunity, experts do the work for you. Experts do the work for all the candidates, on the people that you bring in and get involved. I said, you don't do the work. I'm never going to see anything. The experts do the work, and I get paid daily. That's my explanation. If they're not interested in that, you know, then they didn't hear what I said. I might have to repeat myself, but who's not interested in someone else doing the work and you getting paid daily? Who's not interested in someone else does the work and all of a sudden I've got more money coming in my pocket without getting another job, without working more hours, without going back to school, more money is coming to my family. Guys, if you keep it that simple and then go viral with your results, everything that Andamo is sharing tonight, guys, whether you know how to do a reel, and I'm not speaking from experience, but whether you know how to do a reel, a TikTok, or you just know how to put a video of yourself on social media, whatever it is, or text it out to people, it doesn't matter. But if you just take that phone and turn that phone around and put it in your face and say, hey, you can go right by the script. You know, I took the 72-hour challenge. They put $2,700.29 back in my pocket. You know, I got a team of financial experts, and I think you should take the 72-hour challenge too. Whatever it is, nice and simple, your personality, your flavor, because people know you when they're watching these TikToks, reels, or anything on social media. And guys, that right there will less is more. If you say too much, they prejudge and they run away. But if you say just enough, you know what to say because we've scripted it out for you, guys, people are going to ask for more information. So let's get them involved. Let's not scare them away. And we know that once they plug in, this isn't a company that started 5 weeks ago. This company's 6 years old. They've got the documentation. They've got all the proof in the pudding that this works. So we already know it works. That part's done. For most companies, that's the hard part. That part's done. All we need to do is keep it simple enough so that we can plug the masses into MWR.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Love it. So now here's the follow-up, because when someone says, okay, I'll just go back so you guys can see this. So now we talked about the money challenge. We said we plugged them in some tools. Maybe they kind of went, okay, well, I just need a little bit more information. We're going to keep it very, very simple. And we're just going to tell them what we've already told them. And the way we do it is we're going to say, well, here's how it works. You simply provide, and you heard Bill just kind of touch on this, but you simply provide your MWR team of experts with some basic information. They do the work for you, and anyone you refer, you get immediate and ongoing results within 72 hours, and they guarantee your success. It's the easiest thing I've ever done to keep more of my money, and they'll even pay you daily to refer others. You just need to decide whether you want some or all of the money. Which would you prefer? Bill, I know you kind of really just touched on this, but we just gave the words that people can start to utilize to create their own framework, so now their own personality can come out. But I used to always do this, Bill, and I remember I got this even from you when I first connected with you, and you had some things you had done, and there was like a little script. I said, okay, I'm going to memorize that script. I'm going to make Bill's words, the company's words, my words, until they become my own words. And once I had it down, and not only in my brain, but in my system, then I could really use my personality to say the same thing, not go way over or way out of bounds and try to talk too much, but say the same thing in my own style. But I first started with exactly with the words, Bill, like that you had. I started with those words first and then became my own. So what do you think about, Bill? Why don't you add to how it works, since we have it all laid out here for everyone?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Andamo. In the beginning, if this is new to you, which obviously this marketing initiative is new to everyone at this point. Saturday was only a few days ago. So yeah, I would print these scripts. I would have these scripts, at my desk. I'd look at them a few times before I made some phone calls, and I would follow the script as close to word for word as I can in the beginning. And obviously, every time you say it, you're going to be, saying it a little bit more with your personality and your flavor. And eventually, you'll have the pieces of paper still on your desk, but you won't even look at them anymore because it's become that natural to you to have this conversation. And guys, that's why you want to simplify everything that we're doing to multiply. Because if we're all singing out of the same hymn book, when you look everywhere, like I said, whether it's videos, whether it's PowerPoint presentations, whether it's trainings like this, whether it's stage presentations, and you're always hearing the same messaging, you're not even going to have to think when someone says, hey, what do you do? Boom. It's just going to come out because you've heard it so many times. It's to become so natural for you. But if every person you talk to, you're having a different conversation, one, you're never going to master any scripts and have this one pitch that you give. But also, this isn't about you. If you're doing this as a business, you have a team of people. And if you're doing it not the way that we're speaking of, one, you're not in alignment with corporate. But two, you're kind of on an island on yourself. And now you're trying to bring your family and the people that are in your organization, you're trying to bring them to this island with you, okay, instead of them being able to be on the island with everybody in MWR. And being able to go to any presentation because we're all singing out of the same hymn book. If you're doing something different, then a lot of people are going to avoid working with you because you're giving a different message than the entirety of the company and the leadership in the company, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, Bill. You know what I hear or think of singing out of the same hymn book? If we were in church and I was a new guest and everybody was singing their favorite praise and worship song, and they're all great songs, but if everybody's doing it at the same time, all I hear is noise. So it didn't impact me at all. But if I come in and everyone's singing the same praise and worship song out of the same hymn book, now I hear the beauty of the music and God is able to speak to me and I hear it freely. I'm connected. And that's all we're saying to do here now, to make it simple for all those new people who are coming in trying to understand exactly what we're doing and why you're so excited.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about the fortune is always in the follow-up. Now let's talk about a couple things. One, if you were at a presentation, or let's say you're on a corporate live and we ask you to come on to tell your testimony, or you are at a presentation and one of your team members asks you to be a part of telling your testimony. What we're going to do is we're going to lay this out so we can get this testimony told. And again, that same hymn book, that same sheet of music. Now, what I want you to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the testimony, and then Bill is going to tell you why we're suggesting you do it the way we have it framed here. So here's if I'm at a presentation, I'm at a corporate event. The corporate asked me to get on a live like this. I'm doing something for someone else, or I have even a three-way call that maybe the person's asking about my success. This is what I'm doing. Hi, I'm Mary Smith, an elementary school teacher from Boise, Idaho. I just took the 72-hour money challenge, and my new team of experts just put $487.42 back in my pockets every month. I highly recommend you take the challenge too. Thanks, MWR.
And again, Andamo, the reason why we're writing this like this is, again, everywhere everyone looks. You can't have the video, the PowerPoint, trainings, and you can't have all of those saying one thing, and then you have your leaders get up on a stage or on a Zoom or whatever the case might be, and when they tell their story, they tell it in a totally different way. They go and do that elongated testimonial, and they start sharing everything, and they're blowing people. Again, we want to not only put the odds in your favor to win, but we want you to put the odds in the favor of all the new candidates, all the new folks that are joining MWR today, tomorrow, and in the future. We want them to hear the same messaging everywhere. We know what's compliant and not compliant, obviously, as a corporate team. And we know that if we want to simplify to multiply, and we want to go viral, we can't have everyone just saying it however they want to say it. So again, we know there's some flavor. We know there's some personality you might add to this, right? You don't have to say it exactly the way that it's on this, but this is a great starting point for you. And it's again, not saying this happened with my credit, this happened with this happened with that, this happened with, and now you're still giving your testimonial 15 minutes later. This testimonial can be given, I think Andamo took 20 seconds to give that testimonial. And again, I heard 72-hour money challenge, and I heard the $400-something back in my pocket. I'm interested, and you didn't scare me away.
Bingo. That is it. Now, if you are, let's say you're going to post this, you're going to send a text, you're going to post this on some social media, anything like that. So you know the people you're talking to. So you're not going to go and you don't have to say your name and all that, but you might say, hey, in this case, Bill. Hey, Bill, I'm literally sending this as a text to him. Hey, Bill, I just took a 72-hour. I just took the 72-hour money challenge. And my new team of experts just put $1,372.44 back into my pocket every month. Reach out to me if you'd like a guaranteed way to put more money back into your pockets too. Now,
that's great too, because whether that's a text to a friend, that's why it says, hey, XX, so hey, Andamo, and I, again, your own personality, I might say, hey, Andamo, hey, it's Bill. I just took and boom, I go in. However, your normal conversation would go, but you want the rest of this script. I mean, you pretty much want it word for word. I mean, this is a nice, easy script that you can grab. Everyone, even tonight, everyone's already taken the 72-hour money challenge. Okay, and in the new form since Saturday, or obviously like Charles and Judith Ivory and everyone else who spoke about their 72-hour money challenge, even though they were here 3, 4, 5 years ago, still in their first 72 hours, they had some unbelievable results. You can text that to people, but you can also, that whether you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000 friends, or whether you got tens of thousands of followers, you can put that right on your Facebook feed, right? You can make that a post. Obviously if you're making it a post and you're not inboxing it to someone, You would just say, hey, everyone, or hey, friends, or however you speak. And you just say, I just took the MWR 72-hour money challenge, and my new team of experts just put $1,427.57 back in my pocket every month. Reach out to me if you'd like a guaranteed way to put more money in your pockets too. And guys, there's going to be people going to say, send me some more information. Send me some more information. I'm in. And the other thing that I would say, I know this isn't part of the script, but this is part of training. When you see, I don't care if it's Brian Bean, Gerald Parker, Charles and Judith, Fernando, I'm looking at the post, Regina Turner, Kenya Harris, William Vaughn, Cynthia Duskin, Regina Turner, Ronald Purpose Works. It doesn't matter who it is. If you see someone put this on their social media page, I don't care if they're in your organization or not, like it, comment on it, like it. You know, guys, if we don't show people that we're excited about MWR, if we don't show people that we're excited about the 72-hour money challenge, guess what? They're not going to be excited. But if they see us pumped up, if they see our sense of urgency, if they see our excitement, guys, we can go viral with this. And I can picture, and I hope all of you can too, I can picture all the people that are existing, and I can see all the new people that are coming on board every day. And I can see hundreds and then thousands of these success stories, this personal marketing script that you're looking at now. I can see thousands of reels and TikToks, and everyone is saying basically what you're seeing on the screen right now. And again, I would print this, I would have this by you. And guys, I would do, if you're saying, man, I don't know who to talk to, I don't have any leads, take this personal marketing script, this second script right here, and throw it on social media, text it out to your contacts, whatever. You're going to get, some people are going to ignore you, some people are going to say, take you off your list, but there's going to be a whole bunch of other people are going to say, I'm interested. What is this? What's a 72-hour money challenge? Tell me more. But if you stay silent, you stay a secret agent, guess what? No one's going to ask you about anything, because you're a secret agent and no one even knows you're involved in MWR, and no one even knows that you're putting an extra $2,000 back in your pocket every month. Guys, we got to be loud. We got to be proud, and we got to go out there. There's companies out there with inferior products and services that are kicking our butt. And it's time for us to kick some butt with MWR.
Bill, absolutely. In fact, I think now is the perfect time to demonstrate something very clearly for the entire nation, MWR nation, to hear and see. In fact, let's bring Gerald back up to the platform, and then I'll show you how this will become very clear. Gerald, let me know when you're up here with us.
I'm here, my friend.
All right, fantastic, Gerald. Well, Gerald, here's what I want to do, and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. I told you I was going to do that earlier, so I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Here's what I want you to do first. I want you to tell me your testimony the way you've always told your testimony, because I need everyone to understand the difference, and I need them to see it clearly of what happens right here. And by the way, Gerald, you've told your testimony from the past, one of the best to ever tell it. So tell your testimony the way you've always done it.
All right. And normally here's the story. I plugged into the services, followed the instructions to the T. First thing I did, consult with the CPAs. They looked at my current tax situation, got me back $350 a month, money I saw in my check 2 weeks later. I move on to the next component of the program, which is credit restoration. I come out of there with a 128-point increase in my credit score, not realizing that 128-point increase would create a reduction in my homeowners and automobile premium by $200 a month. Once I got that done, these guys started talking about this concept of self-banking. So I took the $350 that I saved from taxes, the $200 because the credit score increased, and jump-started my private reserve account. Turns out that private reserve account is paying me 10 times more than my 401k, put me in a position to retire in 10 years versus 25. At this point, I'm shouting glory, hallelujah. Why? Because for the very first time in my adult life, I've got a clear picture of what my financial future looks like. And then MWR Financial says this to me, that you go out and tell this story, same story I just told you, and we'll pay you a ridiculous amount of money. I had two questions. One, do I need to know how to repair credit? No. The experts do the work. Do I need to know how to do taxes? No, the experts do the work. So I started sharing the story with anybody who would listen. At my job, at the gas station, at the church, the grocery store, the beauty salon, the barber shop. Within 2 years of me doing that, I replaced the $65,000 a year income and walked away 5 years ago, my friend. That's my story with MWR Financial.
Okay. Now,
what I want you to prove now is how easy and simple it is to repeat everything Gerald just said.
Oh, I can't. Right. And if you ask me to repeat exactly what he just said, I kind of remember that he had, let's see, I think he said $350 from them saving on taxes. And then I can't remember how much he saved from the lower my bills, but then he went to the credit and they improved it.
You proved my point.
Yeah, exactly. I can't do what he just did. I would literally sit there and go, wow, I can't do what he just did.
And Gerald is so good.
Right.
At sharing that testimonial. You know what I mean? Again, it's one of those things that I would watch Gerald and go, man, this guy's sharp. You know, right. I'm not as smart as this guy, so I don't know if I can do it.
Exactly. So Gerald, now what I want you to do, and I know this is not something you've practiced and worked on, but I want you to tell, as though you're standing in front of, you're standing on stage, you're on this platform, because we asked you to join us on this platform. So I want you to tell the testimonial the way MWR is going to require you to say it anytime you get on a platform with corporate, especially if you're on with the president of MWR.
Absolutely. Here we go. My name is Gerald Parker, a former environmental services director from North Carolina. I just took the MWR 72-hour money challenge, and my new team of experts just put $3,170.86 back in my pocket every month. I highly recommend you take the challenge too. Thanks, MWR.
Wow. There you go.
Wait, can I say something?
Yes, I want you to say, how does it feel, you just doing that?
Refreshing, easy. I mean, it's not complicated. And the story that I've always told, it was a lot, no question about it. Not realizing how much it was until you just showed me the contrast right there, right? But so I've been throwing up on people for years and having some degree of success. And now I can simplify this entire message. But here's the thing, as I see you guys, as you were going through the training, all I could think about is that the 72-hour money challenge, in reality, that's exactly what I did from day one. I got results, and those results were ongoing. And within the first 72 hours, you know, I uploaded all of the information and saw results as far as the tax strategy. The credit results came later, you know, so the bill shredder, you know, that was quite quick as well. But the debt elimination process over time, you know, it put me at a zero balance. Owing no man nothing. I mean, but again, it all started with making that commitment to upload those documents in the first 72 hours. And then the results begin to happen. And this is incredible, man. Then when you talk about eliminating debt, now you set yourself up to take advantage of the next level strategies that we put in place. But it has to start first, you know, with that first 72 hours of getting those documents uploaded. That's the beginning of the whole process. But to be able to tell the story now in such a way, I mean, who wouldn't be interested in saving $3,000 a month? You know, and then the other thing I like about, I'm taking a ton of notes here. You guys have made this thing so attractive now. It's sexy because we're talking about helping people turn expenses back into income. And as Bill and you, Andamo, have both talked about, everybody's got expenses. I mean, I know guys that make $200,000 a year. They got expenses. And so I used to, my approach with that same wording, turning expenses into income, you know, it's like people are living paycheck to paycheck, paid on Friday, broke on Monday, working just to pay bills. That's because they got expenses, right? So we take all of that noise away and cut it right down to those expenses that is costing you, you know, everything. Basically, you're working, you know, trading time for money, and you're paying bills out of those expenses. You don't get a chance to really live. Let's turn those expenses into income. This is exciting, man. This is real exciting because everybody, I think, can relate to that. And as Bill said, whether you got $2 in your pocket or $2 million in your pocket, you got expenses. And who doesn't want to eliminate expenses?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jared, I'm going to have you do one more time. I want you to do the MWR, the new 72-hour, I'll just say it this way, the new 72-hour money challenge testimonial. I want you to do it again because, Bill, and before you do it, Bill, can you tell me what you remember about Gerald's first, the way he did it at first? Do you even remember it? Because that's kind of your first time hearing it. Do you remember it?
I remember bits and pieces. I've already forgotten the number. If I'm being honest, I've forgotten the number. And I remember he talked about credit restoration, which you know, I'm fortunate enough that I completely understand what that is because I've been around it for so long, but a lot of people wouldn't.
Right.
Can't remember what he said about debt elimination or anything else. I do remember that he did bring up the experts. But yeah, I remember little pieces.
Little bits and pieces. Okay, Gerald, I want you to do it again in the fashion of the 72-hour money challenge testimonial. Do it one more time.
The first one or second one here?
The first one.
Okay, good. Ready?
Yes.
I'm Gerald Parker, and former Environmental Service Director from Raleigh, North Carolina. I just took MWR's 72-hour money challenge, and my new team of experts just put $3,170.86 back in my pocket every month. I highly recommend you take the challenge too. Thanks, MWR.
Okay, Bill. First of all, again, it feels good, doesn't it, Gerald?
Yes, it does.
And that took you all of about 20 seconds. Bill, what did Gerald say?
I mean, Gerald, you said it twice, and I get it, and I heard the number, and I'm ready for, if I'm new, I'm ready for more information. I might have a couple questions for you. And Andamo, I want to address this. I know this isn't a question, and I was listening but not listening because it was the second time, so I was taking notes. But there's some people right now, okay, that are watching us on this Zoom, and they may be making comments, but they're definitely making comments in their own head, and they're saying, man, Andamo and Bill, they're downplaying our services. I know there's some people out there thinking like that. And what I want to say is, no way, now I'm going to sound like a little child, no way, Jose. I mean, that's not what we're doing here. We love these services, but what we want to stop doing is scaring everyone away from our services. See, when you have to be, we say that this is, the side hustle without the hassle. If you got to learn everything, there's a lot of hassle to it, right? If you got to be polished, there's a lot of hassle to it. People aren't looking to go back to school. They're not looking for something difficult to do. They're looking for something simple to do to bring more money to their families. Now imagine this. For any of you that are saying they're downplaying, I don't care what Bill and Andamo say. I'm talking about these next level strategies. I don't care. Okay, great. That'd be like going to college, and you're supposed to be going into your basic algebra class, but your math teacher decides they want to tell you the next level strategy, so they start teaching trig or a calculus right out of the gate. You'd be sitting there going, I'm in the wrong class. I'm not smart enough for this. This isn't for me. I got to get out of here. Well, that's exactly how a lot of people are making people feel in MWR. Keep it simple with the 72-hour money challenge. Hit them on the things they're going to want to hear. It's simple. We're simplifying the multiply. The experts do all the work. You get the results. The experts do all the work. You get paid daily. I get paid daily. I don't touch anyone's finances. I don't know how to do all of this. I mean, it's okay to not sound like the expert, because in this scenario, you aren't the expert. We have the experts. Just like the wealthy, you now have people. But if you're trying to act so smart, all of a sudden, you have to become the expert. You've got to know all the answers. And then it's embarrassing when they ask you questions that you don't know all the answers to. And that's why there's so many zeros next to some people's name in the organization, because they're trying to be everything to everybody, and they're scaring everyone away, or they've never ever opened their mouth because they've only heard from the most sophisticated, polished people in this company, and they don't know how to answer the questions, but they think they need to know all the answers to everything before they open their mouth. When Gerald does that 72-hour money challenge the way he just did it, when he goes by that script, in no way, shape, fashion, or form should anyone feel, I can't do this. That was too hard. No, it wasn't too hard. He read a couple sentences, and you can too. And as soon as they feel like they can do it, they will feel empowered. And we don't have to go tell people that from Saturday on, a whole bunch of people that heard what we were saying and went, wait a minute, this is like relaunching my MWR business. I've watched Gerald, I've watched Brian, I've watched the Ivories. I've watched so many people do so well. Now it's my turn. I'm going to go out there. And Gerald and Brian, the Ivories, and I shouldn't have started naming names, all the leaders in the company, they should be pumped up and excited, because if all of your organization all of a sudden is getting empowered, guess what? You're already doing well, Gerald, but you're about to do that much better. And that's what I get excited about.
No, that's what's super excited. And that's really it. So in fact, why don't we do this? Yes.
One other thing I was going to say is that basically, I mean, you replace my number with yours. Speaking to everybody on the platform now, you replace my name with yours. You stick it in the script and you rehearse it, and you just say it over and over again, and you start presenting it, and you start putting it in front of people. Absolutely. And again, it doesn't matter what the number is. Some have, a larger number than others. It does. Any savings as it relates to expenses is huge. Whether they've saved you $400 or put $500 back in your pocket or $3,000 back in your pocket, money back in your pocket, that's a good thing.
Absolutely, Gerald. And here's what's so exciting, and Bill said this in the very beginning, because you're in business for yourself but not by yourself, you might have only had $400 or $500, which is a significant thing for most people. They are shocked. If you told them $200, they're like, what? So if you might have had $200, $300, $500, whatever it is, but you have testimonies of people that had 1,000 and 2,000 and 3,000 that you can use them because you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That's why the collective testimonies, that's why the more you go to the testimonial page and start putting these new corporate testimonials up that people can use, it's going crazy. The more we get it out there, we're going to have a whole page just from the website that is going to have all these testimonials just popping up, and you can use them. You'll know what people's backgrounds are. So if you're talking to a school teacher, you want the school teacher to talk to one, you're talking to an environmental specialist, then I can get it to Gerald. I can say, hey, here's another environmental specialist. Look what happened for them. So you're able to utilize these testimonials to help you win, to help you take that 0 and turn it into 1, or add a 1 in front of that and then start adding zeros behind that. That's where we're going, and that's how fast it can absolutely happen. And in fact, what I want now is because I just want to hear him say it, but I want you, Bill, to do this next slide so people get this, because this is it right here. Hopefully you see it. Is it up?
You've got people here.
Yeah, you've got people. Yeah, they're right here.
I mean, this is my training right here. I mean, this is all I've been saying to, whether it's, my sister, my parents, my cousins, or a heavy hitter in the industry. You've got people. Everyone wants to have people. And again, what does it say at the bottom of the slides? Our experts do the work. You get the result. And you get paid daily for simply referring others to our 72-hour money challenge. It's that easy. Guys, right now, I'm going to tell you, right now, this is new to a lot of people. So you're looking at this and, okay, I got to remember this. I guarantee you, 90 days from now, if you're working the program and you're going by these scripts and you're following these PowerPoints and videos and all the tools that we put out there, 90 days from now, you'll forget the old way of presenting. Right. Gerald just went through this is still so new that Gerald remembers his old way of giving his testimonial, and he's learning his new way. But 9 days later, we asked Gerald to give his testimonial the old way. He's going to stutter his way through it if he remembers it all, because this will become so natural for everybody. But again, guys, where else can you go where the experts will do all the work and you're going to get paid, or the experts will do all the work if you're a member and you're going to get the results? You don't have to do it. Why overcomplicate something that's so simple? The masses want to do something that's simple, that they feel empowered, motivated, and inspired to do. They're not trying to follow the smart professor in front of the room because they don't feel as though they're a smart professor. They're not looking to go back to school. Keep this simple. KISS, keep it super simple. And guys, everyone will have a chance to win with MWR. Back to the membership. And Andamo, you were talking about the 149 and people, if they make $400, that would be a big deal. That's a giant deal. If you got $400 extra, there's a car payment that you didn't know you had that's coming right back to your pocket. So it's a giant deal. But I feel as though if all we got back for people was $149, you've got people for free. You've got experts for free. Hey, if we made you $200, if we ever told anyone we're going to put $200 back in your pocket and you've got people and you're not interested in MWR, I don't want you in my business anyway. I don't even want you as a customer because you're not that smart, because you wouldn't take $50 and throw it out the window once a month when you're driving down the highway. You would never do that because you're smarter than that. So why wouldn't you be excited if we put $200 back in your pocket? I told you with my testimonial, just the health share alone, I'm saving $1,400 a month. Who wouldn't pay $149 to save $1,400? I mean, I would do that every day of the week. And guys, that's what should be coming here with MWR. Andamo, I know that we're long. I know that we have a promo that's going on right now, and you select something special to do that. Before you go into the promotion, we'll probably bring Mike Randolph to do this, but I wanted everyone to hear this. I'm not going to go into detail, but we're working on a calculator, okay, right now. And let's pretend, okay, all you have to do is introduce people to the 72-hour money challenge. And we did some math, and we have a calculator that we're going to be able to show all of you guys, not tonight. Like I said, we'll bring Randolph on. But, you know, I asked Randolph to do this Excel spreadsheet calculator so we can present to you. But I said, let's talk to one person a day, 5 days a week. And Andamo, you remember this from the past, I'm sure, but one person a day, 5 days a week. Take the weekend off, take Monday and Tuesday, Thursday, I don't care. But 5 days a week, talk to somebody about the 72-hour money challenge. If you talk to 5 people a week, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to put one person in as a qualified marketing director in the program. One person a week out of the 5 people that you talk to, that would be 4 people, 4 QMDs a month. And I also believe that out of those 20 people you spoke to, I also believe, I mean, those 16 people you spoke to, I also believe, I mean, 20, those 20 people you spoke to, I also believe that you're going to get one customer, someone that just wants a membership. So now you've got 4 QMDs that came on board, and you have 1 customer that came on board that month. And then you teach your people to at least do that same thing. Now, when you hear these calculations, it's real simple to say, well, if I do less, I'm going to make less. And if I do more, I'm going to make more. But if you go by these conservative numbers, you speak to 5 people a week, take a couple of days off, 5 days a week, speak to at least one person, you're going to end up putting 1 person in a week, which equates to 4 people in a month, okay, and 1 customer. Do you realize that, I wrote it right here, do you realize just doing that, very conservative, in your second month, you'd already be making $600 a month residually. That's not coding, and that's not all the other bonuses we have. We're just talking about the daily guarantee residual income, $600 a month. By the 3rd month, you'd already be making over $3,000 a month. Speaking to 5 people a week, 5 days a week, right? Getting 1 in, which obviously if there's 4 weeks in a month, that's 4 people coming in a month, and then teaching your folks to do the same thing. In a year, 12 months, you'd already be at $45,000 a month. Now, guys, there's nothing I just said that anyone on this call that's got a heartbeat and a little bit of entrepreneurship and has a driving force to be successful and knows there's a big enough reason why, there's nobody on this Zoom that can't do exactly what I just said. You want it to happen faster? Then don't just talk to 5 people for 5 days. Speak to at least a person every single day, 7 days a week. How bad do you want it? But when you see this calculator, and we'll put it up on a screen like this, and you guys will be able to get copies of it. But when you see this calculator and you see, I'm not telling you to go speak to 10 people a day and you're going to put 8 of them in. We're not giving you ridiculous numbers. Do you all think that you can get one person to at least look at the 72-hour money challenge for 5 days a week? And do you think that one person, after hearing your story, and I will say this, when I talk to people about the opportunity, since this is training, and I got someone on the fence, Andamo, and I can tell they're right there, right? And for some reason, they're just not taking that step. I always use 3 words, and I don't know if everyone else has done this, but I've always used 3 words, and it's with my help. Andamo, can you see yourself succeeding with MWR with my help? Big difference. Do you see yourself succeeding with MWR? And do you see yourself succeeding with MWR with my help? Because you know what? Their boss isn't walking to them in their cubicle and saying, hey, listen, I want to help you make money. I'll help you make money. With my help, you're going to make more money. That's not happening. No one's running down the office and high-fiving everyone in the cubicles saying we're all going to make more money. That doesn't happen in everyone's normal everyday life. But when you get a call from somebody who says and shares this opportunity and gets you excited and tells you about the 72-hour money challenge and the money's going to be back in your pocket and the experts do all the work, do you see yourself, Andamo, doing this with my help? When someone's offering to help, it's really difficult to say no to that.
That
Woo!
is absolutely powerful. Put that in the chat with my help. You got to absolutely load that in the chat. In fact, you know what, Bill? You've inspired something. Our great CEO, Mr. Brian House, you know, we obviously had a challenge, and we have just a few hours left. And I noticed how some people started really adding some folks in the business, and just before we got on this platform, because they know we're coming up to midnight, and the challenge is going to be over. But what's happened? This training has inspired something. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to. This is from our great CEO and founder. So Bill, you'll appreciate this. But he basically said that the money challenge, because we're just getting this information, you're really seeing it broken down, so you clearly understand why, not just the scripts behind it, but why we did what we did, and why we're suggesting you do this and get on the same sheet of music for yourself, for your team as it grows overall, so everybody just moves forward and has these things happen. Well, now we're going to take the 72-hour money challenge bonus promotion for everyone. That's including new members, brand new members that just came on today. For everyone, we're going to take it and now extend it until March 5th at midnight.
Woo!
So
Yes, sir.
here's what it means. Anyone who enrolls any combination of 3 QMDs, 3 qualified marketing directors, or customers, a combination of both. It doesn't matter if you have 1 and 2, 2 and 1, doesn't matter how it is. Any combination of 3 between February 24th, that's when the challenge started, through March 5th at midnight Eastern time, they will receive a $150 bonus on top of all the other commissions that is normally including momentum bonuses, the new QMD bonuses. If you had any team growth bonuses, that 150 is going to come on top of that. So that is exactly what's happening. Our great CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House, you know he does it. He came in and now he's extending that promotion because he realizes this training tonight is what people really needed to hear. And if you start applying what you've learned tonight, you can now absolutely take advantage of it. And we want to see everybody win. Don't leave any money on the table. Bill?
Oh, 100%. Guys, when the company puts out money for you to do things that you were already going to do, you should be already doing, and just giving you more incentive to go out there and do it, grab the money that's on the table. If Brian House is willing to put the money on the table, let him take it out of his wallet and give it to you. Don't let him keep it in his own wallet. He wants to put this money in your pockets. And what I would suggest to everyone, go after this. Try everything that we're saying. Reach out to your uplines and tell them, hey, Andamo, it's Bill. I know I haven't been active for a while, but I'm ready. I want to do the 72-hour money challenge, because your leaders, when they look in their organization, they want to know who wants to run with them. So don't just wait for them to maybe contact you, because if you haven't done much lately, they might not think that you're active. Guys, if you're hearing stuff that's getting you excited, if you now know that you can do MWR, you know you can master these scripts, you know you can take advantage of the 72-hour money challenge, you know that everyone you know and everyone you don't know wants to put more money in their pockets, that everyone you know that has $2 to $2 million in their pocket and everywhere in between has expenses that they'd like to turn to income. Call those uplines and say, I'm ready. I want to take this next 90-day run. Okay, I want to see that calculator that Randolph is working on, because, guys, I want that kind of income. I deserve that kind of income. I've stuck and stayed. I deserve my pay. I'm going to make it happen at MWR. I know that we have the greatest opportunity on the planet today. Gerald, hold my hand and let's go run to the bank together. Guys, make that call, because your uplines want to work with you, but some of them, they don't know who wants to work and who doesn't want to work. Raise your hand and say, I'm ready. I'm going for it. It's my turn. It's our time, and I'm ready to win. Guys, do that, because, again, Gerald, I mean, how much do you want to hear from the people in your organization saying, Gerald, I want to run?
Oh, believe me, I want the phone ringing off the hook. You raise your hand and say you want to run, I'm jumping right in with you. Yeah. This is beautiful, man. What a great training, guys. Honestly, you brought it home. And as you said, Andamo, you know, something's been stirred up tonight. So Bill, thank you for the fire you bring and the simplicity. Andamo, thank you for taking the lead on all of this. Guys, we got our shot. This is it right here. I don't believe there's ever going to be another shot like this one. The door is open for us. We just got to go get it.
That's it. You're 100% right. So, Gerald, you understand. Bill, you were phenomenal. I appreciate you being willing to come on with me because I think it just made the training so much better and more effective. Everyone understood it. You guys all if you were excited about what Bill brought to the table, excited about the fact that Gerald didn't know exactly what we're going to do, how we're going to do it with him, but he did it. If you love what you saw, I want to see some applause, whatever the emojis you guys use them, put them in and fill it up. We want to see it before we go. But I will tell you, it's been exciting. This is the training, what we're going to do. We know the power of this. And to simplify and multiply, we're going to send this out in an email so everybody gets a copy of this. Make sure your teams are watching it, go through it. In fact, you can use this to help train your team as you're kind of going through this process. And then just make it a day where all you're doing, and this was so exciting, Bill, everyone can take those scripts and practice with each other really quick. Just go real quick. You should be texting 5 people in your organization. Or if you're just getting started, text your upline and tell him what you want to say and just go back and forth so you kind of have it down. Get used to getting the rhythm. Because that's going to build an incredible rhythm. Get in that rhythm of just knowing this is how I tell my story. Oh, and I hear everybody else telling it. Because I will tell you, when people that never have been there and they're sitting for the first time listening and watching, and they hear someone tell a story, their mind is all over the place initially, and they're kind of listening, but they lean in, they go, whoa, they saved them what? They hear somebody else. By the second or third or fourth story, they got it. They're ready for it. They're like, ooh, and they know what it is. And now that's getting them there where they're dreaming. They literally are dreaming. Can this happen for me? That is what the beauty of why we have this rhythm that we're going to have going and flowing in MWR. So I see there you go. You guys, the chat's going crazy. Yes.
Not only that, you started something. The calls are coming in. They're saying they're ready. Look at this.
I love it.
I've heard this guy in months. Oh my goodness. They're ready.
There you go. There you go. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank our great president, Mr. William Andrioli. I want to thank our 2-star regional director, our most recent MVP, Dr. Gerald W. Parker. And we appreciate you all. And I absolutely have to give it up to Miss Martina Britt Yelverton, who helps us, produces all of this and makes it all happen. And then, of course, we got to thank the man of the house, Mr. Brian House. We're putting letting us extend this because now you can take this, apply it, and then run. So with that, we're going to say goodnight, everybody. Have a great evening.
Go make it happen, guys. Thank you.
Yes. Make a difference.